Imagine living not just one life, but many, each in a different era, culture, or even as a different identity altogether. The concept of reincarnation, the belief that the soul or consciousness can be reborn into a new body after death, has intrigued humanity for millennia. Yet, despite its deep roots in human history, the question remains, is reincarnation merely a mythological concept, or could it be a hidden truth about our existence? Today, we're diving deep into the mysteries of reincarnation, exploring religious beliefs, scientific experiments, and historical cases that might just change the way you think about life and death. To understand reincarnation, we must first journey through the world's religions where this concept is both revered and contested. Let's start in the East, where reincarnation is a cornerstone of spiritual belief. In Hinduism, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, known as samsara, is intricately tied to the law of karma. Every action in this life influences the next. The Bhagavad Gita, one of Hinduism's sacred texts, states, "Just as a man discards worn-out clothes and puts on new ones, the soul discards worn-out bodies and wears new ones." The ultimate goal? To break free from this cycle and attain moksha, or liberation. In Hindu belief, moksha is the soul's release from the cycle of rebirth, leading to eternal peace. Buddhism, which emerged from Hindu philosophy, also embraces the idea of reincarnation, but with a significant difference. Buddhism emphasizes the concept of anatta, or non-self, meaning there's no permanent soul that transmigrates. Instead, it's a stream of consciousness driven by desire and ignorance that leads to rebirth. Enlightenment, or nirvana, is achieved by breaking this cycle, transcending the illusions of self, and realizing the interconnectedness of all life. Even in the West, where reincarnation is less central, the idea has found a place. The ancient Greeks, for instance, had their own version of reincarnation beliefs. The philosopher Pythagoras was among the early proponents of the transmigration of souls, a belief that after death, the soul would move into a new body, potentially even that of an animal. Plato, in his dialogues, described a process where souls return to the physical world after drinking from the river Lethe, causing them to forget their past lives. This notion of forgetting one's past life added a layer of complexity to the idea of reincarnation, suggesting that every life is an opportunity for a fresh start, unburdened by the memories of previous experiences. However, not all religious doctrines accept reincarnation. Christianity, for example, largely rejects the idea, focusing instead on resurrection and eternal life in heaven or hell. Yet early Christian sects like the Gnostics entertained the possibility of rebirth. These groups believed in a form of reincarnation where the soul would continue to return to the material world until it achieved spiritual perfection. However, this concept was later deemed heretical by the established church, which solidified the doctrine of resurrection over reincarnation. But religious beliefs are just one part of the story. In the 20th century, some scientists began investigating whether reincarnation could be more than just spiritual lore. Could it be backed by evidence? One of the most prominent figures in this field was Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychiatrist at the University of Virginia. Over 4 decades, Stevenson documented over 2,500 cases of children who claimed to remember past lives. These children, often as young as 2 or 3, provided detailed accounts of previous identities, including names, places, and even the manner of their deaths. Stevenson's meticulous research methods and detailed case studies brought a new level of credibility to the investigation of reincarnation. Take, for example, the case of a young boy in India who recalled being a man named Maharam who was killed with a shotgun. His memories were so precise that when the boy was taken to Maharam's village, he correctly identified his previous family and described intimate details of their lives that only Maharam could have known. This case, along with many others documented by Stevenson, left researchers astounded. The precision of these recollections often included specific details about locations, family dynamics, and even personal belongings from the past life, which were later confirmed by independent sources. But can these memories truly be past lives, or are they something else? Some skeptics argue that these cases could be explained by cryptomnesia, where forgotten memories resurface as new. Cryptomnesia suggests that the children might have unconsciously absorbed information from their surroundings, later recalling it as their own experience. Others suggest it could be a form of collective unconscious, a concept proposed by Carl Jung, where universal memories are shared among all humans. This theory posits that the stories of past lives might tap into a shared human memory, rather than a personal reincarnation experience. Reincarnation stories aren't limited to scientific studies. History is filled with intriguing cases that challenge our understanding of life and death. One of the most well-known examples is the Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhism. Each Dalai Lama is believed to be the reincarnation of the previous one, a tradition that has continued for centuries. After the death of the 13th Dalai Lama, monks began the rigorous process of finding his reincarnation. After years of searching, a young boy named Tenzin Gyatso was identified through a series of tests, including recognizing objects that belonged to the former Dalai Lama. These tests are designed to eliminate doubt and ensure that the reincarnation is authentic, a process steeped in spiritual and cultural significance. Another fascinating case is that of Edgar Cayce, an American mystic known as the Sleeping Prophet. Cayce claimed to access the Akashic Records, a mystical compendium of all human knowledge, while in a trance state. Through these readings, Cayce often spoke of reincarnation and how past lives could influence current circumstances. His insights led many to believe that our current life's challenges might be the result of unfinished business from past lives. Cayce's work has had a lasting impact on the field of metaphysical studies, inspiring further exploration into the connection between past lives and present experiences. And what about the case of James Leininger, a young boy in Louisiana who began having nightmares about being shot down in a plane during World War II? At just 2 years old, James could vividly describe the cockpit of a fighter plane and the details of a particular battle in the Pacific. His parents, initially skeptical, were stunned when they discovered that everything James said matched the experiences of a real-life pilot, James Houston, who died in 1945. The accuracy of James's recollections, including specific names, locations, and events, made this case one of the most compelling pieces of evidence for reincarnation. So what's really going on here? Could these cases suggest that reincarnation is real, or are there other explanations? Some researchers propose that consciousness might not be entirely confined to the brain. Theories from quantum mechanics suggest that consciousness could exist outside of the physical body, possibly in a realm we don't yet fully understand. If that's the case, could consciousness simply transfer to a new body after death? These ideas have parallels in modern-day research, which continues to explore the mysteries of near-death experiences and consciousness. In fact, near-death experiences have provided some of the most compelling contemporary evidence for the survival of consciousness after death. Many individuals who have undergone NDEs report out-of-body experiences, encounters with deceased loved ones, or a sense of moving toward a bright light. Some researchers believe that these experiences could offer clues about the nature of consciousness and its potential to exist independently of the body. While not direct evidence of reincarnation, NDEs challenge the materialistic view of consciousness and open the door to possibilities that align with the idea of the soul's continuity. Moreover, the concept of reincarnation can also be examined through the lens of psychology. Some therapists have explored the use of past life regression therapy, where individuals are guided into a trance-like state to recall past lives. Proponents of this therapy claim that revisiting past lives can help individuals overcome phobias, resolve deep-seated emotional issues, or understand the root of certain behaviors. Critics, however, argue that these memories could be the result of suggestion or the mind's natural tendency to create narratives. Reincarnation, fact or fiction? The evidence is intriguing, the stories compelling, but the ultimate truth remains elusive. Perhaps the idea of reincarnation is not just about past lives, but a deeper understanding of the human soul, consciousness, and the infinite mysteries of existence. The recurring theme across various cultures and religions suggests a universal human fascination with the idea that our essence, our soul, continues beyond physical death. Whether reincarnation is a literal process or a symbolic reflection of human hope for continuity and purpose, it continues to inspire curiosity and debate. What do you think? Are we living out multiple lives across time, learning lessons that shape our soul's journey? Or is reincarnation simply a comforting myth that helps us cope with the unknown? The answer might remain a mystery, but the exploration of this idea brings us closer to understanding the nature of our existence. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of life. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, some mysteries are never truly solved.